Fulcrum provides amazing capabilities and features for its field users to enhance their everyday workflow and process of collecting data in the field. In this short demonstration, I'll provide an example of a field user dropping a pin on the map to generate a buffer. This capability can enable field users and back office managers to be quickly informed and provide additional insights around specific geographical boundaries to contextualize the whereabouts of determined space. To help provide a more applicable real-world scenario, let's use utility pole clearance to highlight how Fulcrum can solve and reduce time for generating buffer zones around specific areas to clear vegetation. The first part of the demo will showcase a field user dropping a pin on the map and generating a buffer around a utility pole. Jumping into Fulcrum Mobile, which is on our screen, we can see that we're in the Fulcrum app called Utility Pole Clearance Zone. To help provide our field users more insights around the whereabouts of utility poles, we can leverage our integration with Esri, ArcGIS Online, or Enterprise to easily authenticate and gain access to our private feature service layers to visualize and gain more understanding of where pole assets are in the field. This will help field crew be able to more easily drop a pin on the exact location of the pole. After searching for the correct feature service layer for the utility poles, we can turn on the Esri ArcGIS Online feature service layer. It's important to note that users can also download the feature service layer using the Make Available Offline button. This stores the map layer offline for data collection, ensuring complete mobility in internet-lacking environments. Seeing that we already have buffers generated around the pole features on the map, we quickly realize that other utility poles are missing a pole clearance buffer. So to add a new buffer as a Fulcrum record, we must use the Record Plus button in the bottom right-hand corner of the Quick Access bar. Right away, we will see a pop-up alert message informing the field crew around how they will need to go through the process of entering information into the Fulcrum form. This will ensure accuracy in data entry. By clicking OK, the field crew member can now gain access to entering pertinent details in the Fulcrum form about the pole and the area that they're conducting vegetation clearance around. Before generating the buffer, let's enter specific details about the pole we're working on in the Fulcrum form by first selecting the correct pole in the Utility Poles app. Now, sometimes labels may not be turned on for the Esri feature service layer in ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise. Therefore, we can leverage the Map View button to easily identify the pole we're working on and copy the attribute for the pole number to easily paste in the search bar. This will ensure accurate pole number entry, as well as helping us to auto-populate the pole type, the classification, the age of the pole. This process ensures that the field crew members have less manual data entry, preventing typing and button pushing fatigue. As part of the process for collecting the geospatial information on the buffer radius, we must first click on the Locate Plus button in the bottom right-hand corner of the Quick Access bar to drop a pin on the exact spot of the utility pole. Please keep in mind, Fulcrum does integrate with high-accuracy GPS devices such as Trimble, Bad Elf, and MLID to ensure more exact data points on the pole clearance. After dropping the pin on top of the pole, we can navigate back to the form and enter the correct buffer radius we are performing the brushing clearance on. Now, with the buffer generated, we can return back to the Locate button and visualize the vertices generated to circumnavigate the pole. These vertices can easily be moved to update certain boundaries around other structures, which also updates the area of the buffer stored in the Fulcrum record. Fulcrum also has the ability to leverage other spatial data in its data events that allow for clipping buffer zones when other permanent structures block brushing clearance from happening. By clicking Done in the top right-hand corner, the crew member returns back to the Fulcrum form where they can complete entering information around the brushing project, such as taking a photo of the tree they trimmed near the pole and having a timestamp added in the photo to provide validation for the time and place of where the work was completed. Once finished, the status field can be updated to complete, providing context to the back office manager that this pole is now complete. Clicking Save will push the Fulcrum record to sync back to Fulcrum Web to allow for its review. Let's transition to Fulcrum Web Record List View to see how the back office manager can review the field crew's work and also have the ability to generate a new Fulcrum record in Fulcrum's Record List View. Here we can see that the back office manager can hover over Fulcrum records to understand exact records in the table in the map. In addition, the back office manager can turn on feature service layers published to ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise, similar to how we had seen it earlier in the Fulcrum Mobile demonstration, to allow for a better understanding of where the pole asset is located. Now, the back office manager can generate a Fulcrum record around other utility poles before the field crew heads into the field. This can be another process around how the back office and field crew address conducting their field work, allowing the field user to have this record and other Polygon buffer records synced to their device before beginning to fill in pertinent information around the pole vegetation clearance. Throughout this demonstration, we quickly went through how Fulcrum can help create a process around utility pole clearance using buffer polygons to enable field crews easier experience in contextualizing the work that they are completing. Furthermore, we learned how Fulcrum enables ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise access to private feature service layers to provide spatial awareness of where key assets are in the field to conduct work. And finally, we learned how back office managers can review and set up pre-clearance work for their field crews. I hope you found this demonstration helpful in the many ways it can solve your use case around using Fulcrum for generating polygon buffers on areas of importance. Thank you.